Hello, it is Sarah Waggle, astrologer and leadership coach here for this Moon Astrology Tarot. This is January 20th through the 22nd. This is the moon in Gemini, an air sign, to continue on the trine between the sun and the moon that started at 29 degrees of Capricorn. Along with that Sun-Pluto conjunction. And so we will have the sun move into Aquarius. So yay, happy Aquarius season. And then ultimately Pluto will ingress itself into Aquarius as well. So here we friggin' go. So here's what I want to say. I know a lot of people are feeling a lot of feelings, particularly fear. There's a lot of potential egocentric, self-righteous type of stuff going on. There's a lot to say about Pluto moving into Aquarius. However, there is also things that you have to experience for yourself, right? So, and there's things that you have to discern for yourself. And I feel like that might be the biggest message for this moon in Gemini is the opposite sign of Gemini is Sagittarius, and Sagittarius can be gurus. And there may come a point for you where you need to distinguish who is good for you and who's not. Because with this landslide of information about everything we know to be true, that may be debunking what we know to be true. It creates this. I mean, I've talked about cognitive dissonance a lot, but I want to talk about it in a different way. It creates this like land of confusion, right? And this is where you knowing yourself, trusting yourself, being able to discern for yourself, and then therefore take a stand for yourself, right? As we move into Aquarius, your individual authenticity, your individual critical thinking, your individual mindset is going to be important. Like being able to speak what feels solid for you, right? You have to be not only able, but not just able, but you have to be willing to see that within yourself. And I think this moon in Gemini, it being an air sign, sun in Aquarius, which is an air sign, air is intellect. The South Node's in Libra, which is also an air sign. But Aquarius is kind of it's the mature intellect. Gemini is sort of the mindset, can be flaky, can be scatterbrained. I mean, Aquarius can too, and so can Libra. But where I'm going with this is that like we've got it's all about like, are you able to be yourself around the people in your world? Are you able to speak what feels good for you to the people in your world? And because there could be a lot of like letting go and grieving and it's just there's a lot trying to come through at once here. And I want to keep it like simplified, and yet it's kind of not a simplified situation or not a simplified time. It's a matter of you really being able to stand for what you trust within yourself, right? Without having to seek. I also don't want to give like personal examples. I mean, I could, but because there may be something around, if you aren't able to share yourself with people around you, it could create a lower frequency, as in an emotion that is of a lower frequency, right? If you think about emotions are on a Hertz scale, a Hertz frequency scale. So if you express yourself to people around you and they shame you for it or guilt you for it or make you feel wronged for it, those may not be your people. But in order to bring yourself from that low frequency of shame or um, or feeling wrong, you may have to distance yourself from those people. And when you allow that to happen, when you allow yourself to distance yourself from those people, you open yourself up to the people who will honor what you enjoy, what you are up to, the work that you do, the entertainment that you like, or whatever, right? Or the activities or hobbies or whatever. So that felt pretty intense. But I think this is a Gemini moon that does not have a lot of aspects going on. So really we get to focus on the Pluto Sun situation, which is not a small aspect. So it's kind of like it's kind of good that there's not a lot of aspects to this moon. And I'm also glad that it's in an air sign and not in like Scorpio or something, because like this is a pretty good spot for the moon to be while we are maybe experiencing a lot of grief or a lot of needing to let go or a lot of sort of figuring out or discerning or allowing space to up level our emotional frequencies. So you can internet search for the emotional frequency scale, but like the lower frequency emotions are things like shame, guilt, anger, those sorts of things. Now, we should experience those emotions. However, we want to be able to move beyond them to things like contentment and happiness and anticipation versus anxiety in order to heighten or, up level our frequency in our energy field, right? And we have like this energy field around us. And so, anywho, so hopefully that made some sense and resonated with you. And let's see what's in the tarot for this. Oh, yeah, the Emperor upright. William Riker. Strength, standing your ground. I mean, that's kind of one of the call signs of Aquarius is being authentic, being yourself, and being free to be yourself and having the strength to be yourself. I've referenced Women Who Run with the Wolves like multiple times in the last 24, 48 hours. So I feel like there must be something about that. So if you can get access to that book, Women Who Run with the Wolves, I highly recommend it. But anywho, so the strength card I feel like is very important, or strength. The Emperor, he's strong in his beliefs. If you've ever seen William Riker like stand his ground on what he knows to be true for the operation of the Enterprise, right? He's the commanding officer. He's number one, right? And so I love this. This is so perfect for this moon in Gemini. Okay, let's see what oil we have for this. I feel like mint, something mint would be good for this moon in Gemini. Wintergreen, maybe? I don't know why that's coming through, but let's see what the cards have to say. Eucalyptus, I think I mentioned that recently too. Eucalyptus because it is expansive, helps us expand. Peppermint. Maybe I should just stop talking and draw a card. Thank you all so much for tuning into my videos. I very much appreciate you, your comments, your likes, your interactions. It just helps me. Not that I look for validation, but it does help to have people watching and commenting and my messages resonating and all of that. What we got here. This is Manuka. I don't think I've ever heard of this. Okay, let's see. Brings self regeneration and transformation. Manuka. Um, it does say it is Berg. Let's see. I'm trying to see what the property is, but I don't recognize even that. I have never heard of this before. I thought I like flipped through this deck. So transformation, other options might be frankincense or Melissa, or something like that. We are in a very transformative time, and a lot of shit's being brought up, not only for ourselves, but collectively. And so this is a time of transformation. There's a massive amount of change. But what I feel like is important about this, even though I have no clue what it is and I have to research it to find out, maybe I'll put a comment in the thing below so you can I can look it up and tell you what it is. But anywho, but transformation, we do have a lot of multi generational wound healing. We are in the process of healing all of these things. And transformation, I mean, we're all going through it, right? So I will look this up. I will put a comment below so you guys I can give you like a little resource or something. But anyway, so anything you've got that can be transformative would be good. Like I said, frankincense, Melissa are other oils that are supportive of transformation, things like that. So I hope that's helpful. I don't know how helpful that was. I think it's funny that I was just saying thank you for all of that, and then I pull an oil that I've never even friggin' heard of. Okay, so anywho, see, we're always learning. All right, thanks for tuning in. Of course, check the links below for booking with me, the Awakening Spirit Collective, my guest appearance on Hearts Unleashed, all of the things, and of course, drop some comments and likes and all of that, and share these videos if they resonate for you. And so, I appreciate you, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Bye.